Yo, what is up, Broncos country? So last week me and Muhammad didn't do a video because I was really sick. I was not feeling well at all. Dang kids, they get sick from school, they bring it home and give it to me, and I get sick. It's the circle of life over here. But anyway, we're going to talk a little bit today about the Jets game last week. We're going to talk about yesterday's game. We're going to touch on the Cowboys game this weekend. We're going to talk about the Dre Greenlaw news. And then my personal favorite, we're going to talk about Nick Wrong and what he said about the Denver Broncos today. So let's get into it. If you guys could also please leave a like, comment, subscribe on this video. Also hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. Really help boost our subscriber count so we can get more people in here to watch. And it really pushes this video out to everybody. So with all that said, Mohammed, let's start with last week's game. I know we didn't get a chance to talk about it because we weren't live, but what do you think of that Jets game?
Oh my God, Eddie. I mean, I'm not even going to talk about the offense for now, but the defense was just something else, man. Like otherworldly, I would say. Exceptional. I mean, 9 sacks. They held them to 80 yards, and they were like a negative 20 yards, I think, of total offense.
Negative 10 passing yards.
Negative, yeah, 10. I mean, just crazy, Eddie. And when I was looking at what the offense was doing, I was like, we are wasting this Super Bowl type of defense with our offense. I mean, they're doing their job, and we just cannot generate anything. And all the blame for yesterday's game and that game, even though we won, it's all on Sean Payton. I'm not going to blame anyone but Sean Payton. He's responsible for all of it. All the weird play calling that he kept calling. I don't know how we won the game. I guess our defense won it for us, but we ended up winning. And I thought things gonna change. It didn't really change that much. On the fourth quarter with with the other game, we came to life. But that's what I thought. The defense was great. The offense was terrible. We shouldn't have even won that game.
Yeah, that Jets game, man. Honestly, I just feel like it was a number of things to me. Like, I think one, the Broncos coming off that big win the week before against the Eagles on the road. They had to use a fourth quarter comeback to come back and win that game. Then they didn't even come back home after that. As soon as that game was over, they flew right to London after that Eagles game. So I think just they were tired. You know, what's that word I'm looking for? They were jet lagged. Going to the Eagles, then going all the way overseas, they were just jet lagged, tired. And if I remember right, weren't they on no, I don't think they were on a short week that week. But they get over there, the offense is just atrocious. I've been saying it all year. Peyton's play calling is really still getting on my damn nerves. And the offense just wasn't doing nothing. Like they had one touchdown, the only touchdown in the game, and that was basically the only real offense we saw all game that game. It was
Exactly.
more of a defensive standpoint. So but at the same time, I look back at the last couple of years with the Jets, like we always play them close. Every single time we play them, it's always a close, tight game between us. I don't know why that is. I mean, the Jets are the worst team in the NFL. For some reason, we always struggle. It's always a battle with them
Mhm.
every single time we play them. And it drives me nuts. It's like that was supposed to be like the easy game, the get right game. We're lucky we got out of there with a damn win.
Mhm.
So but with all that said, let's move on from that game. I'm happy we won it. But let's talk about yesterday's game. Mohammed, what was your gut reaction to yesterday's 33-32 win against the New York Giants?
Eddie, that was one of the most outrageous games I've ever seen. Maybe it was that game when Peyton Manning was like his first year against the. At that time, it was like the San Diego Chargers when we were like
Oh yeah,
losing. Yeah,
yeah,
that was. It
I
kind of
remember that.
reminded me of that, but I had zero chance of us winning, Eddie. I know we were talking during the game, and I stopped watching because I was busy at work for a little bit. I think it was like 8 to, and then they scored. It was 8:25 or something. I was like, yeah, there's no way. The next time I look at the score, it was 23-26. I was like, how the heck did that happen? And then we ended up winning. It was crazy, Eddie. I'm happy we won. I'm kind of struggling. It's sort of like the same thing with the Jets game. We win, but you're just not, just you feel like you're really not happy 100% because you feel like something is missing, like we did not win outright, if that makes any sense, right? But Eddie, I'll go back to it. Sean Payton, his play calling, he knows it too. If you ask him, he'll say, "Oh, Bo Nix likes up tempo. Let's do it then. Let's do up tempo. That's what he likes. Why don't you just play to his strength? If it's something he likes to play, play. You know, play up tempo, run the ball. Why? Oh, what is it with the screens? Oh my God, how many times?" And I bet you that most of defenses, those defensive coaches know, right? Those DCs, they be like, "Well, Sean Payton, what is it going to be? A screenplay." It's so predictable. Bo likes to run. I know it's dangerous. We don't want him to get hurt, but if he needs to run a little bit, good. Make the other team worry about that side of Bo next. He wasn't running that much this season, you know? So it's him, Eddie. And I was actually listening to a podcast on my way home, and they were, I guess somebody asked Sean Payton if he was going to give up the play calling, and he said no. His staff is happy with where they're at. I'm like, well, we're not. I'm gonna send you the thing, but yeah, that's what he said. So basically, he's saying, heck no, he's not gonna give it up. I mean, I know his ego won't let him, but that's the problem we're having, Eddie. And how long is it gonna be before our defense just gets tired? I mean, they actually weren't like they were last week at against the Giants. Let's be honest, you know. So the Giants actually had a lot of fun with our defense. They planned. I give them a lot of credit. You know, they planned really well against our team. So I don't know what needs to change. I don't think. Well, I mean, I know what needs to change, but I don't think Sean Payton and his ego is gonna let that happen. We don't even have an identity. What are we, like a run first team? Pass? We don't even know. So something got to change. I'm glad we're 5-2. We lead the division, but are we supposed to be 5-2? Are we supposed to be? I don't know, Eddie. You know, hopefully things kind of turn around. And the last thing, Eddie, what the heck was it with Sean Payton walking into the field with that PI? I mean, I know I didn't agree with it neither. That's pass interference. You're gonna really get a flag? I mean, we all know that's gonna happen. Anyway, I give it to you, Eddie. Go ahead.
Whew. All right, let's get this started here.
I
All
know
right.
you've been waiting for this moment.
Oh yeah. The first thing I'm going to start with is the play calling. Like you already touched on it, and like I said, I've been saying this shit all year. Sean Payton needs to get his head out of his ass drastically. It's so far up there, you can pull freaking shoelaces out of his nose, man. Like I don't know what the hell he's doing, and it's driving Broncos country insane. I want to throw this stat out to you, Muhammad. Do you know how many pass attempts Bo Nix had yesterday?
I think I've seen something was like 40s or 50s, something like that.
It was 50, right on the nose.
50.
How many rushing attempts did they have? 24.
Bonix probably had some of them, right? Or
Yeah, there was two design runs. Both of the two of the touchdowns that we got in the fourth quarter were design runs for Bo Nix. But my point is, run the goddamn ball, Sean. Seriously, what is wrong with you? And I texted you this yesterday, Muhammad. I said this to you. The very first drive we were on offense, all three plays, because we went 3-0 on that first drive,
Mhm.
all three of the plays were pass plays, and it was Bo Nix in the damn shotgun. Not one of those were him under center. Not a single one was a run play. It was three shotgun pass plays. And I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah,
why? The Giants defense is ranked one of the worst defenses in the NFL at stopping the run. And
exactly.
you're going to sit here and go out and start passing. Like, Sean Payton really, really he is too damn smart for his own good. He really is. He is too goddamn stubborn to stick with what works. And I think I told you this, Muhammad, but I've said this a million times. When the run, Sean Payton will try to run a couple of times, right?
Hmm.
It won't work, and what's he do? He abandons it.
Yep.
But then this is what really got me mad is that he was running screen after screen after screen. He ran a couple of screens. They didn't work. And what's he do? He sticks with the screens.
Yeah, insanity. I agree, Eddie. I don't get it. Just an obsession with the screens.
Like, I wish the NFL would come out tomorrow and just ban screens. I really do, because then Sean Payton would have to figure out something else to do. And I know a lot of people say, well, the screens are an extension of the run game. I don't give a damn. Unless it's a running, you turn the freaking turn around, hand the ball up to the running back. It's not a run to me, god damn it. Like, give J.K. Dobbins the ball. Give Harvey the ball. Like, I am so sick of this crap. Run the damn ball. And it was maddening to watch yesterday. And the sad thing about it was, like, you kind of touched on it, Mohammed. Like, you're like, the defense kept us in games. Yeah, the reason why and then people say, well, how is this a top, unit in the NFL defensive wise if they let a rookie quarterback in Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo, go off for like 200 something yards and score, what was it, 32 points? It's a very simple concept. The defense was tired.
Yeah,
They were tired. Like, the offense was not doing crap in the first three quarters. The defense was like basically like it's like the defense of the Broncos team of the last 10 years. Offense goes out there, goes three and out, gets the defense right back on the field. They're tired. The other team goes down, marches down, gets points. Offense comes back on the field. They go three and out, and the defense is right back out there in 5 minutes. And they're just like,
but you know what, Eddie? You know how you give a defense a break? Run the ball.
so Peyton really needs to get his act together. Like that, if he keeps going the way he's going, that is going to be the downfall of Sean Payton. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but I'm telling you right now, these owners of ours, they don't play no damn games. They didn't come here and buy this team to just say, hey, we own this. They came here to win. And if Sean Payton, as much as he is a genius at offense, if he keeps outsmarting himself and doing stupid crap like this, and they keep losing games because of it, they're not going to sit here and be like, okay, Sean, we're going to keep you around, even though, because, of name recognition. If you're not winning games because you refuse to do this or that or A or B or C, we're going to find someone that will do this.
Yeah.
And I don't place I place maybe a little bit, like maybe I'd say 1% at most of blame on Bo Nix for that game yesterday. Bo Nix, yeah, he struggles sometimes. He struggles with the deep ball. His footwork still needs to get cleaned up a little bit. I understand that, and I'm not going to argue that. But Sean Payton, my God, dude, seriously, like 99% of our problems can be solved if you would just run the goddamn ball and just stop trying to outsmart yourself and stop trying to be cute and just, call the plays that are there and just, have Bo Nix run a little bit more.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, come on, dude. Like, why do you gotta do this every week, the Broncos country? The last 2 weeks, I mean, maybe the Giants game was a little harder, and I'm not gonna say they should have been like, very, very easy wins. But like, especially in the Jets game, that's a game where it's like a get right game, dude. This is practice. You should be able to go and like the Jets are 0-7 now after losing to the Panthers yesterday. Justin Fields won't even throw the goddamn ball.
He got benched, didn't he? I
Did he?
think
Yeah,
he
I think
did.
he did. Yeah, at halftime yesterday he got benched. But it's like that was like a game where you could like literally get the offense in a rhythm, get them going, and just go out there and play your game and just dominate the Jets. We're lucky we squeaked out of London with a freaking win in that game. If we would have lost to the Jets, I probably would have freaking smacked Sean Payton. But and my philosophy is it was a great game. Bo Nix proved to me yesterday, and he should have proved to everyone, every single person,
He's the man.
Bronco fans or not. Bo Nix is the guy. They broke all kinds of freaking records
They did.
yesterday,
They did.
and the thing that I'm going to touch on this later too, but I want to say this now. But you know damn well if Patrick Mahomes were to go out there and have that same exact performance that Bo Nix had yesterday in the fourth quarter, 33 points in the fourth quarter, just balling out, doing all that, they'd be talking about freaking Patrick Mahomes like he was Tom Brady and God mixed together. But Bo Nix did it. It's like you don't hear shit from the national media. Like all the national media is like, oh, it's the Giants collapse. This ain't about the Broncos comeback. It's about like no respect at
Mhm.
all, none. But I guarantee you, if it was the other way around, the Broncos were if that game was flipped, I guarantee it'd be about Jackson Dart as a young rookie quarterback came back and beat the Broncos. Down scored 33 points in the fourth quarter, was down 26-8 at one point. Like they'd be freaking giving him every kind of freaking praise there is. No one's giving Bo Nix any praise outside of Broncos country. Nobody, and it really ticks me off. But Bo Nix is the guy. Like he is going to be the guy for the next 10 to 15 years. The and it's not just the Giants game, it's the Eagles game too. He did the exact same thing in the Eagles game. What Bo Nix did in that Eagles game with the comeback and then yesterday against the Giants with that comeback, that is something that legends like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, Terry Bradshaw, Troy or Troy Aikman, freaking Joe Montana. Though that those two things that happened with those two games against the Eagles and the Cowboy or the Giants, what Bo Nix did, that's the kind of stuff that those
Mhm.
legends I just mentioned would do. Bo Nix is the guy, and he could have a great career if Sean Payton would just run the goddamn ball a little bit more. Bo Nix could have a fantastic career, a Hall of Fame type career, if you just run the ball a little bit more, Sean. More balanced on offense. I said a couple of weeks ago, you got to have a balanced offense in order
Yeah.
to win this league. Sometimes, yeah, I understand it. There's going to be some games where you have to throw the ball more in some games because that's what the defense is going to give you and that's what the situation calls for. Other times, it's going to be you have to run the ball more
Mhm.
because that's what the situation in the game calls for. But 50 pass attempts for Bo Nix yesterday. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it's because we were down in the fourth. We really need to make a comeback. They were still running the ball in the fourth, but that's not the point. The point is they should have ran the ball more throughout the game. Like I said, the first drive, all three, plays on that first drive, it was all shotgun pass, shotgun pass, shotgun pass. Even the freaking first play of the second drive, shotgun pass. And then whenever he finally did run the ball for the first time, it was the second play of the second drive. He did an end around or a jet sweep with freaking Marvin Mims. And Marvin Mims,
Mhm.
look what happened. He picked up 12 yards.
I love that play. I was like, good. Let's keep doing that.
And he goes right back to passing. It's like,
Yep. Yep.
come on, bro. Um, but I'm excited. The Broncos are now sitting at 5-2, and we are first place in the AFC West as of right now because the Chargers lost yesterday. Which I don't know if any of you guys or you, Muhammad, has seen the game, but
Mhm.
the Chargers got cooked yesterday by the Colts. Like someone told me, or someone I was talking to someone today, like, dude, did we go back 10 years? This is like 2015 all over again. The Colts are good, the Patriots are good, the Broncos are good, the Steelers are good. Like all those teams I just listed, they're the leaders in their divisions. The Colts are the number one seed. The Patriots are number
Mhm.
two seed. We're the number third seed, and the Steelers are the number four seed. Did
Mhm.
we go back 10 years? Like seriously, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's crazy, Eddie. It's crazy.
I just it's like the Colts got Andrew Luck again with Daniel Jones. I know that's a weird comparison. Then Drake May is like Tom Brady with the Patriots. Fucking Bo Nix is like Peyton Manning, and then the Steelers they got Aaron Rodgers, which is kind of like I guess you could say Ben Roethlisberger. But it's like, dude, the Chiefs are the 8th seed right now. They're not even in the playoff picture. The
Nope.
Chargers, I believe they're the 6th seed right now. So I'm pretty sure if we were to if the playoffs were to start today, we'd be playing the Chargers here at home in the playoffs in the wild card. So it's wild, dude. I'm enjoying every second. But thank you, Chargers. Thank you for charging like you always do and giving us the number one seed. And like
Hey,
I
Ed,
said, we're the third seed in the AFC.
yeah, I just wanted to bring this point about like Sean Payton. Um, I think he's got pressure from the owners, but he's winning. So it doesn't matter how he's winning. As long as he's winning, there's really not going to be a lot of pressure on him.
No.
And he's just going to do whatever in his mind. Like he's not going to listen to no one. I would assume he would go and say, "Hey, Bonix, what plays do you like?" I mean, I know he already asked him that question, and he knows the answer to it. He likes to run a little bit. He like up tempo. Are you gonna do what he likes? No. Why? If you're trying to win, you're trying to win your way. You trying to. It's not about just winning. Period. It's trying to win his way. He's his own enemy, Eddie.
Yeah, Sean Payton's got like I don't. Someone said the other day. I saw someone say the other day online that maybe Sean Payton's doing he's coaching like this because maybe he's got a shorter leash than what we think. Maybe the owners are like, hey, you need to get you need to get your shit together. Even though he's winning, I'm like, I don't know if that really makes all that sense to me. Like if his play calling winds up, costing us games on the road, like we're winning these close games. We're coming
Hmm.
back and winning these close games. If we start losing these games because of his play calling, then yeah, the owners are going to be like, hey, Sean, you need to do something. Change up. Either give up play calling or change your play calling
Yeah,
because we're starting to lose.
he'll only do it
Right,
if he's forced to give up play calling. But yeah,
right now, like I said, the Broncos are sitting at 5-2. They're first in the AFC West. They're a game ahead of the Chargers and Chiefs. Um, And our next three games are at home against the Cowboys, on the road against the Texans, and at home against the Raiders. Like I'm watching the Texans now, dude. Like the defense is playing. I mean, they're holding the Seahawks. Like the Seahawks are at 20 points right now. So the Texans, their defense is all right. Their offense is atrocious. The Cowboys, good offense, but honestly, they have the worst defense in the NFL. And the Raiders, I don't need to say anything. You
yeah,
guys know. So like it's big. I'm happy the Broncos won against the Giants. We got that big win. That was a historic win. All the records they broke in that. But I want to move on to next week against the Cowboys and kind of touch on like I said, a few games before that. But next week we got the Cowboys. Like this is a big game. If the Broncos can win this game, they're 6-2. They're looking pretty good at that point because this coming up week, I believe the Chiefs got the Commanders at home, and I can't say who's going to win that game right now because Jaden Daniels got hurt yesterday. I don't know if he plays Sunday. If Jaden Daniels plays on Sunday against the Chiefs and he's fully healthy, I fully expect the Commanders to beat them. I really do because I still don't think the Chiefs are that good. I'm sick of the people gloss up the Chiefs. Oh, they won. They're still in third place, and they started out crappy, and they're like, and people are gashing them up because they just destroyed the freaking Raiders. The Raiders, who are literally atrocious, like they don't even know what the hell they're doing.
yeah,
Like they're bad, bad.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that and then the Chargers, they're charging the season away. Now people are gonna be like, well, they got injuries. Well, they had Khalil Mack back yesterday. They had Joe Alt back yesterday, and they still got cooked. Like, I am not scared of the Chargers. Yeah, I know they beat us already this season once, but again, I said this after that game against the Chargers, and I'll say it again. The Chargers didn't beat us. We beat
We beat
ourselves.
ourselves. It's true. It's true.
Like the two games that we lost against the Colts and the Chargers, they didn't beat us. We beat ourselves. On defense, we kicked our own ass. The Chargers game, the defense, again, we kicked our own ass. Like,
Mm.
that's just the way it is. So I'm not worried about it. But Muhammad, what are your thoughts on the Cowboys game coming up this week?
Honestly, Eddie, like I thought the Cowboys were gonna be terrible this year. Didn't think they're gonna do much. I'm surprised their offense is playing pretty well. But for some reason, the Cowboys always have an issue when they play the Broncos. It doesn't matter how we are. We play the Cowboys, we always kind of like blow them out. I don't know what it is, um, but hopefully we can win. I mean, we both know how we can win that game, but is Sean Payton willing to do that? Hopefully there's some changes. This if we do run the ball because of how their defense is, let our defense rest. We should have no problem beating them.
And I agree. Like, honestly, the Cowboys, like I said, their defense is ranked one of the worst in the NFL. Their defense is so freaking bad since they traded Michael Parsons. Now I'm not saying they don't have any players, and they do got a couple of solid players on the secondary. They got Deron Bland. I think who's the other corner they got back there? I forgot what his name was. It was Bland and somebody else. Um, so, but their defensive line's just hot trash, dude. Like you can run all over that Cowboys defense. And that's the thing. Like it's like Sean, you can very easily blow the free like if you just run the ball, control the game, control the clock, keep the Dallas defense on the sideline. I mean, sorry, offense on the sideline, keep our defense on the sideline so they can rest and just run the clock, run the ball. You can very easily win this game because then you're going to have to force Dak and them to throw, which I'm not saying they can't do it because they got a great offense, one of the best offenses in the NFL. But I'm sorry. I don't care if it's CeeDee Lamb. I don't care if it's George Pickens. You got Riley Moss. You got Jaquan McMillan. You got Jody Barron. You got Patrick Surtain. You got Hufunga. You got Brandon Jones. Like you got a great secondary that these receivers are not going to be able to carve up. Just give the defense a break. Run the ball against their crappy defense because you'll be able to run all over them and control the time of possession and the clock. And you give your defense a well rested, time to sit, they can go out there and they can be dominant. So I hope that's what they do. Like, if we lose to the freaking Cowboys with no defense and a rookie freaking head coach that's never been a head coach, and we haven't lost to the Cowboys, like you said, we always blow them out every time we play them. I don't know why, but we always blow them out. And
Mhm.
we're at home nonetheless. Like, this needs to be a win, 100%.
I would have laughed at the Cowboys, Eddie. I hope we do blow them out. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
There's a
Um,
lot of Cowboys fans on the East Coast, so
Well, this is my other thing too. Like I wanted to touch on this before we move on to our next subject. The Like I said, the Broncos' next three games. Okay, it's the Cowboys at home, it's the Texans on the road, and you got the Raiders at home. There's no reason. I at the very worst in that stretch, you should be two
two
and
on.
one.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you should beat the Cowboys. I think you should beat the Raiders. The only team I can maybe see us losing to is the Houston Texans.
Yeah, that's fair.
So but even if you do that, if you go 2-1 in this stretch, you're gonna be what is it, 7-3,
So,
going in to Week 11's matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs here in Denver. Now, this is what I'm trying to get at is that you got three teams coming up. Two of the teams have the worst defenses in the NFL, and the Raiders and the Cowboys. The Houston Texans defense is pretty good. I'll give them that. So the Cowboys game and the Raiders game, that is a chance for Sean Payton and this offense to get right.
yeah,
Get your groove, get into your groove, find out what you do well on offense, find your identity. So that way, whenever it comes to week 11 against the Chiefs, you know what you're gonna do, and you can just go out there and dominate the game. Because I'm not worried about Patrick Mahomes. I'm not worried about Travis Kelsey. I'm not worried about Rasheed Rice. This defense, if they're rested enough and they don't have to be on the field for freaking 40 minutes in the game, they can shut down that offense. I truly believe that. They shut down A.J. Brown. They shut down Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, let's not forget. So, like, the defense just needs rest. Offense, go out there, find your rhythm, find what you do well, and use that and dominate the freaking Chiefs on offense. That way you can keep their offense off the field and keep our defense off the field. Control the game. So, but that's my thoughts on that. So, but before we move on to our next subject, Muhammad, we got a lot of comments in here. I need to get through them real quick. So, first one up is from Michael Ronquillo. He says, Ed Muhammad, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us tonight, Mike. We really appreciate it.
hey Michael.
Um, we got another one here from Michael. He says Sean Payton doesn't need a big play calling sheet and simply the I'm assuming you mean simplify the playbook.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Sean's not going to do that. I agree with you, Michael. I really do. These plays are too long. Like if you watch games, well, I'm sure you do, but when you watch the games, like I'll be watching games. Like right now, I'm watching the Seahawks and Texans game. You see the offenses get out of the huddle with like 20 seconds left to go, maybe like 15 to 20 seconds left to go on the play clock. You watch a Broncos game, you see the offense getting out of the huddle like 15 seconds, and they don't even hike the ball until it's like 5.
Nope.
I'm like, come on. Like Sean does need to cut down the play calls, dude, because that's ridiculous. And then there was one thing that happened yesterday. I think it was in the first half, first quarter, honestly. It happened. It was like the play call was so long and they couldn't get to it, and the play clock's running down. They had to call a timeout. And you just wasted a timeout for no damn reason, Sean, because your play calls are too damn long.
Like 10 minutes.
Like,
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, like shorten the names or something. Because your
And see,
offense
Eddie,
ain't getting
the
out of the huddle
personnel
fast enough.
keeps changing personnel. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, that's the thing. The reason why it takes so long and we only get like 5 seconds left on the play clock by the time we get up to the line to where, we have to do all of our motions, get our checks in and everything with 5 seconds left, because Sean Payton wants to keep doing all these packages, subbing players in and out and these long play call names. It's like, dude, just come on.
And after all that, it doesn't even work.
Half the time doesn't even work right. So he really needs to do something. Um, Okay, we got another one here from Bing Gang Briss. Bing Gang Briss, or I'm sorry. I'm so tired, man. Sorry if I butchered your name. Cortland's physicality and size and man coverage is elite. Yeah. Um, I still think Court has a little trouble sometimes catching the ball. Like last week, for instance, in that Jets game, the first pass play, Bo Nix throws it deep to Cortland Sutton down the sideline, and it goes right through his hands. I'm like,
Yeah, he had
and I,
sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes.
yeah, sometimes, but it just it. I mean, it doesn't really make me mad. But whenever you're already infuriated because of Sean Payton's play calling, it's like, come on, Cortland, someone's got to bail us out here, dude. Come on, you know. So, but no, Cortland Sutton is an elite receiver. It's just there's some of those catches that it hits him right in the chest or right in the hands, and it just goes right through it. And it's like, dude, you're a number one. You're supposed to. If any receiver in the NFL, if the ball hits you in the hands, you should catch it. So hopefully that he's well, I mean he's 30, so I don't know how much more he's going to be able to clean that up. Um, Thank you for the comment again, Briss. We really appreciate it. Bo Nix fears no defense in the league. He is so confident that he has the heart of a winner, and I'm glad to have a guy like that as our QB here in Denver. Yeah,
I agree. I agree 100%.
I agree. Like most quarterbacks, especially young guys in year 1 or year 2, when they're in that situation, like twice, like against the Eagles and yesterday against the Giants, when a young quarterback is in that situation, where they're down multiple scores going into the fourth quarter, most of the time they're going to fold. They're just going to be like, you know what? We tried our best. We got beat. Let's just move on to the next week. Let's just, run the timeout here and just get out of here and go on to next week. Bo Nix don't do that. He's like, nah, dude, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go out there and keep fighting, and I'm gonna, make this happen. And that's what Bo Nix did. He did it last week, or he did it yesterday, and he did it 2 weeks ago against the Eagles. So Bo Nix is that guy, and I don't want to hear nobody say, "Oh, Bo Nix, he's not that guy," or he's not the quarterback of the future, or he's not a good QB in general. Like, I don't want to hear that stupid shit. Bo Nix is the best quarterback we've had since freaking Peyton Manning. The kid has you said it yourself, Bruce. He's got the heart. He's confident, and he's going to make mistakes. He's in year 2. Like I know, people like, and this pisses me off, Muhammad. I want to get your take on this here in a second. People really tick me off whenever it comes to quarterbacks, because if the quarterbacks don't come out in year 1 and ball out like crazy, it's like, oh, he's a bust. No, I still think it takes 3 years. Like it takes 3 years, a full 3 seasons, maybe about 2.5, halfway through the third season. But for those young quarterbacks to develop into the guy that they're going to be. Like everybody's so obsessed with, getting the right quarterback. And then if he doesn't play well in the first, season, he's a bum and you need to draft a new quarterback. It's like, even the best, even Tom Brady, even Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, they all make mistakes, even whenever they were 15 years into their careers or 10 years into their careers. They still make mistakes. It happens. And yeah, Bo Nix has some things. Like I said, I still want to see him clean up his footwork. I still want to see him, be more accurate on the deep balls, which footwork ties into that. But it's like, dude, Bo Nix is the guy. He's led two game-winning drives down by multiple scores in the fourth quarter. Like, there's not many quarterbacks in the NFL that can do that. But what are your thoughts, Mohammed?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Eddie. I mean, and see, that's not only that. Sometimes you have a good quarterback that goes to the wrong system, and then he's ruined. I mean, look at Baker Mayfield. He was with the Browns. Look at him now. I mean, you can go down the list. There's a few quarterbacks that, after they changed the system, they got better. But sometimes you just got to give it time, and it's not going to always be perfect. They are going to make mistakes. We can't forget that they're still learning. It takes time. So, yeah, I mean, as far as Bonix, he's the guy for me, Eddie. Anybody else, especially Broncos country, has doubts, they need to revisit that because what else is he supposed to do? Seriously, especially after this comeback from last night's game.
And a lot of people are going to say, well, Bo Nix didn't do nothing in the first three quarters. I don't blame that on Bo Nix. I already said that. I blame
Mhm.
that all on Sean Payton.
Yeah.
100%. I blame it on Sean Payton. If his play calling was better, if he ran the ball more, then we probably are not down. What is it? 19 to zeros at the start of the fourth quarter. We're
Mhm.
not down that bad. So I blame Sean Payton for the reason why the offense has been struggling so bad. I don't blame Bo Nix or the players. Um, got another one here from Michael. He's like, a team that led by 18 points in the 6 minute mark has won about 1,000 plus NFL games. And the Broncos broke that record with 1,000 plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think there was one other team that's done it. And I think it was, I want to
Back in
say it was,
I think
was
it
it the
was.
Colts? It was either the Colts or the Vikings, but they were playing each other. I want to say it was the Colts and Peyton Manning back in 2002 or 2004. They did. They were down by 18 points in the fourth quarter with less than 6 minutes left, or about 6 minutes left, and they came back and won the game. So that's a big statistic. Like, holy crap, dude. Like, Bo Nix pulled off a Peyton Manning S type freaking performance yesterday. That's what Bronco fans should be excited about. This kid's showing heart and grit. This whole offense, honestly, and you can say the defense too, are showing grit. So, man, I'm excited, dude. I can't wait to see. Like I said, this week you're going up against a Dallas defense that is absolute ass. There's no reason why you shouldn't run the ball. And I mean, if you want to pass, I'm fine with that. But run the ball more, at least evenly. Make it more balanced. But there's no reason why, if we control the clock, we give our defense some rest. There's no reason why the Broncos shouldn't blow out the freaking Dallas Cowboys this weekend.
Eddie, I just remembered something.
What's up,
We get Javante Williams back. You got to
Javante
be mad.
Williams?
Hope he doesn't
Revenge.
run wild on us, man. You
That
know.
Well, ever since Malcolm Roach came back, our run defense is really really freaking solid. I love it.
True.
They
True.
shut down Cam Scatterbo or
Mhm.
whatever his name is yesterday. And I wanted to ask you, Mohammed, did you see that video going around on Twitter today?
Which one?
The play where Jackson Dart threw the interception.
Not. You're talking about something specific. I did see the play, but not.
Yeah, somebody posted a video. It was a camera angle from the defensive side of the ball, and I'm pretty sure the Broncos didn't send the house, but they sent the blitz on that play. And if you remember right, Jackson Dart stepped up and then he was going down and he was getting tackled by the feet and he threw the ball and Stranad picked it off. But if you watch before he steps up, Dart, and he gets touched, freaking Alex Singleton just ran over Scatterbo, dude. He just
Oh, he.
plowed him
I need
over.
to look that up. Okay.
He annihilated the kid. And a lot of people are like, well, Alex Singleton's like a 10-year vet. I'm like, yeah, but he's 32 coming off an ACL injury. And he just blew that beast of a running back. And I like Scatterbo. I think he's a good running back for the Giants. But he got destroyed in that freaking, oh my God. You gotta go check it out. It was
I.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got another comment here from Michael. He's like, The Broncos will wear their throwback jerseys against the Dallas Cowboys, Las Vegas Raiders, and they're going to do it 3 times this year. They're going to wear their throwback jerseys. Huh, sweet. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I
Cool.
didn't know when they were going to wear them, and they're going to wear them in 3 games. Typically, they only wear it in 2 games a year, but I guess because all those games, the Cowboys, we still have to play the Chargers again here at home. We got the
Mhm.
Cowboys at home, and I guess week what is that? Week 10 against the Raiders is when we'll wear them again. Cool. Well, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that, man. I had to go out and get if I wasn't moving, I'd go out and get me a throwback jersey, but I don't really have the money for that right now. The Dallas Cowboys haven't beat the Denver Broncos since 1995. Yeah, 30 years. And I don't see that trend ending anytime soon. What about you, Mohammed?
Yeah, like I said, Eddie, they always struggle against the Broncos, and every time they do, I just go crazy on Facebook because a lot of my friends are kind of like Cowboys fans and in the East Coast in general. So I want that to happen badly.
Well, I haven't made. Oh, I got my prediction in my head, but I'm not going to say it yet. I might as well because we're not going to be doing a video again until after the game. I'm predicting the Broncos win here. I'm predicting a 24-21 win for the Broncos this week. So,
Interesting.
do you have a prediction, Muhammad? Do you want to give it, or are you going to hold that off for?
I'll hold off.
Okay. But yeah, me 24-21 Denver wins this game. Um, what record do you think the Broncos will finish with if they win the West? Ooh, that's a good question. Um, see, they're sitting at 5-2 right now. I'm trying to think through the schedule, guys. I think they got the Cowboys this week at home. They got the Texans on the road. Then they got the Raiders at home, Chiefs at home, and I'm pretty sure Week 12 is their bye week, right, Muhammad? This
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
Okay. And after they come back from that, I think after coming back from the bye, they got the Commanders in Washington. I think
Green Bay or
that's
uh,
week 13. Week 14, they either got the Chiefs. Oh, no. They either got the Raiders. I think they got the Raiders. And then I'm pretty sure they'll have the Jags and Packers, then the Chiefs again, the Chargers to close out the season, if I remember right. Um, to be honest, I think we're gonna split with the Chiefs, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and say we lose to the Packers. So that's 2 more losses. I'm gonna say, oh shoot, let me think. I'm gonna say 12-4. What's your thoughts, Mohammed?
that's exactly what I was gonna say. 12 games.
I think they lose to the I think they lose to the Chiefs in Kansas City on Christmas Day, and I think they lose to the Packers. I think they'll beat the Chargers in Week 18. They're going to sweep the Raiders. They'll beat the Chiefs at home. They'll beat the Texans, the Cowboys. They'll beat the Commanders, and they'll beat the Jaguars. So that's what I got. 12-4 or 12-4. I almost said 14. I don't know why. I'm so damn tired, dude. Um, we got another one here from Uh, Sel Vlaco's hoodie. Dude, sorry, I am butchering people's names. I am
Got a lot
so
of new
dumb.
people in the comments.
He says, "Man, it's crazy. Cowgirls ain't beat us since '95. Yeah, it's been 30 years, man, and because the Cowboys have been asked for 30 years. I mean,
Mhm.
the last time they won the Super Bowl, what was it, January of '96? Like, they're not like. It's so funny. Like, people are saying the Cowboys are good. It's like, dude, even whenever they had Micah Parsons, they were bad. Like they're yeah, they win in the regular season, they make the playoffs, but what do they do once they get to the playoffs?
Nada.
They don't do shit.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, he reminds me of Aaron Rodgers. The only difference is Aaron Rodgers at least got a Super Bowl ring. But like older Aaron Rodgers, like post 2010 Aaron Rodgers, make the playoff, great in the regular season, balls out in the regular season, makes the playoffs and gets their asses whipped in the first round. Like I don't, and the Cowgirls do not scare me. Dak Prescott does not scare me because he's even during the regular season. Dak Prescott's he has those moments in games where you're just like, what the hell are you doing? He's going to have those moments against the Broncos. Now it's the Broncos' job to capitalize on those moments whenever he has those bad times at throwing the ball or whatever. So, but thanks for your comments, guys. If you want to, if you got any more comments, please get them into the chat. But let's move on to the next thing. Next thing I wanted to talk about was Dre Greenlaw. The news broke today that Dre Greenlaw will be suspended for 1 week because after the Broncos won the game last night or yesterday against the Giants, apparently Greenlaw ran up to an official and started mouthing off. Now, no one really knows what it was for or what it was about, but
Mhm.
most fans are pretty certain they know what it's about, which is that flag that they called on Riley Moss or Sean Payton.
Yeah, the
But
PI.
what was your thoughts on that, Mohammed?
I mean, honestly, Eddie, I didn't even know about it. I know you sent me a message, and then I looked it up. I actually saw the video. You can see that Greenlaw is walking towards him, and he's saying, yelling at him, and then he throws a flag. I don't know what he said, but I was pretty pissed off because we just got Greenlaw back. I'm happy about all. He wasn't that he was there in like limited basis, certain packages and stuff. But I liked what I saw when he was in. You know, as advertised. And I was happy he's back, and now it's unfortunate that this happened, but I guess it's only one game. Hopefully, we'll survive, and then we can have him back. But I think it was BS for him to be suspended.
Um, well, I'm sure I'm 100% sure we'll be fine. I mean, we've been playing with Singleton, Stranad for the first 6 weeks, and
Mhm.
even yesterday, yeah, he was back, Greenlaw, but I think that I looked it up. They posted up like how like every week on Twitter they post up how many snaps each player has played on both sides of the ball. He only played 27 snaps yesterday,
Yeah.
so he was on a snap count. So, but I don't think we're gonna miss him too bad for 1 week. I mean, we've already been playing with him without him for 6 weeks, and I think we've been doing pretty good. But I believe it was because of the Riley Moss PI is why he did that, because that was not a PI. Like I heard people talk about, oh well, Moss didn't turn around. Like then you obviously weren't watching the game or the freaking replay because Moss literally turned around to locate the ball, and the receiver was literally hugging Moss, like he was hugging him,
It was contact. Yeah.
keeping him close. That was, if anything, it was an offensive PI.
Yeah.
Like that was not DPI at all. Riley Moss played that ball perfectly.
Well, that could have cost us the game too, Eddie. So it's very
Yeah.
critical.
And I mean, I posted this up the other day or yesterday. I don't know if it was on Twitter or if on Facebook. I can't remember. But I was like, this shit's got to end. I'm like, the NFL needs to implement a system, you know, kind of like the UFL. Like the UFL, like whenever the refs throw a flag in the UFL, there is a guy they have that's like in a booth and he'll replay the play and be like, "Oh, let's see. Did he really do a PI or is this not a PI?" And if it's a PI, the guy can slow the footage down. He can look at it. Okay, yeah, the defensive guy, he did cause a PI, so go ahead and call it. And then if they show the replay and it wasn't a DPI on the defense, he'd be like, oh no, he played it cleanly. He's good. And they pick up the flag. That's exactly what they need to implement in the NFL. We need to stop putting so much damn trust in these refs. Because I'm sorry, but and this is me saying this because Denver still won the game, but that's not the point. The point is these refs suck. They're blind. I understand it's a bang bang play. They have to make a call, whenever the plays are so quick. But that's what replay assist is for, man. You can go back and look at that stuff, and you can pick up the flag. The way we got the system set up now is whatever the ref says is what it is. We get no replay assist to make sure it's an actual, hey, this was actually a penalty, or hey, this wasn't a penalty. So I think they really need to implement that in the NFL because these refs they dictate the outcome of too many freaking games. I know people say, well, penalties don't win or lose games, blah, 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 blah. No, they do, because whenever you have a penalty in a game, like, yeah, a penalty in, say, the second quarter with like 8 minutes left to go, okay, yeah, maybe that doesn't dictate the outcome of games, or maybe it has a small little margin of dictating the game later in the, game. But I'm talking about the freaking penalties where it's like in the game, and this is like hey, this penalty goes your way, you're gonna win. If it doesn't go your way, you're gonna lose. Like those penalties do dictate the outcome of games. And penalties shouldn't. Like, you even heard it, Muhammad. I'm sure you did. Like, even, I forgot who it was. It was an ex NFL player on, I think it was freaking Tony Romo or somebody. They're like, you can't throw that flag there.
Yep.
You can't. Like, whenever the game's on the line like that, they always say that. When it's the end, they even did this 2 years ago in that Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl, the one the Chiefs won. Whenever they called the DB for the Eagles, they said he was holding the Chiefs player, even though one, he wasn't, but two, it's like, unless it's completely egregious, you do not call that there.
Exactly. You kind of let certain things go.
You just let those go and let those guys play it out, because basically when you throw the flag, boom, in those kind of situations, you're determining the outcome of the game. You know, you're giving the game to that team because they're gonna win. I mean, very rarely is it going to be like, oh, he misses the field goal, or oh, maybe he doesn't get the or whatever the case may be. So no, they need to implement that. Like I said, that thing from the UFL where they can look at it, review it, and be like, hey, pick up that flag. That's not a PI. That's not this. That's not that. That's not a penalty. They need to implement that like right now, because these refs are getting out of control with these calls, man. Let's see. Before we move on, we got a couple more super chats here. Another one from Michael. He's like, I read that the referee pushed Broncos linebacker Justin Stranad out of the way, and linebacker Dre Greenlaw responded to the push. Actually, that might be true, Muhammad, because I remember watching the video. Like,
Mm-hmm.
someone said the ref should be suspended. He should be fired because he shouldn't be putting his hands on players. And I went back and rewatched it. I don't know why I didn't think of this, but there was a player standing there. I don't know if it was Stranad, maybe it was, but the ref literally puts his hands on the player's arm and pushes him out of the way. And then you see Drake Greenlaw come out of the pile, and it was right after the game-winning field goal. You see Drake Greenlaw come out of the pile, and that's when he runs up to the ref. So maybe that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, and that ref does need to be fined, he needs to be suspended for a
Yeah.
game without pay. Because Drake Greenlaw didn't put his hands on nobody. He might have yelled at the guy, but then it's like, dude, you don't touch players as a ref. I mean, unless you're trying to break up like a fight, you don't push players. So, but I'm not sure if that's true. I have to go back and, well, I don't know if we're ever going to know the truth, but if that is true, then they need to do something about it. Dana Jones says, you're absolutely right. The rest should, I'm assuming they meant refs. The refs should not dictate the outcome of games. Yeah, they shouldn't. Like I said, a flag in the second quarter with like 8 minutes, okay, that might have a slim margin of an effect on a game, but it's not as egregious or as bad as if it's like the end of the game. And if you throw a flag and you're giving the team an extra 15 yards to get in the field goal range to kick a game winning field goal or keep the drive alive, then yeah, that's going to determine the outcome of the game.
Just like that leverage call we got, remember?
Yeah. Like, I mean, unless it's completely egregious, like I said, if it's like completely like, hey, it's completely obvious that, you did this penalty, you don't throw the damn flag, period. So, let's see. Got another one here from Dana Jones. Oh, okay. she corrected it. Okay, well, thank you for the comments. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dana Jones again. Brad Allen should be suspended or at least fined for pushing. Yeah,
Well,
like I
that's
said, I'm not sure 100% if that's true. If that's the reason why Greenlaw ran up to him and yelled at him. But again, it doesn't matter if that's the reason why Dre Greenlaw did it. The fact is if he pushed a player, the ref, he needs to be suspended and or fined.
absolutely.
You don't put your hands on players. You're not a football player. You're a damn ref. So, but hopefully we'll find out more in the coming days. So, but one more thing we want to get to tonight, guys. We're at 54 minutes, Mohammed. So we're making good on time here. I want to get your thoughts on this because I got a lot to say. But earlier today, and I knew this is going to happen. Like, it happens every single time for the Broncos. But the national media, the question on the national media's minds all day today for the Broncos and Giants game is, or was, I should say, was this more about the Giants' collapse or the Broncos overcoming what they did and winning this game? Was it about the Broncos winning or was it about the Giants collapsing? And there's some people out there like, or not some, but most of the national media is like, oh, it was a Giants collapse. But I want to get your take on this before I go. But what's your take on this?
I mean, Eddie, you tell anyone that doesn't even know anything about sports, doesn't know much about football, you tell them what the score was, and then within, was it 6 minutes, how many points we scored? They'll tell you it's that other team that just found the spark and they played really well. It just does not happen. So, but I mean, hey, Eddie, we're used to the hate until we win a Super Bowl. Even if we win a Super Bowl, it's probably going to be a problem. But the Broncos are just getting a lot of hate for no reason.
I hate the national media. I really do. I want guys. I'm going to say this now. Please get your family, friends, anybody that's a football fan in here because I want this channel to grow because I want to get my thoughts out there and all your guys' thoughts on this because I want to build this channel to where we can all have a voice to go up against the national media because this crap is pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
The Broncos and Bo Nix won this game. Like I said, most teams, especially with young quarterbacks, whenever they're down that bad in the fourth quarter, they fold. Even some teams with veteran quarterbacks, they'll fold. Be like, you know what? It's not our day. We're done. Wipe our hands. Let's just get out of here, finish the game, and move on to next week. Bo Nix doesn't do that. Bo Nix keeps fighting to the very freaking end. So the national media needs to stop with their freaking, their disrespect for the Broncos and give us our freaking, flowers, man, because we freaking deserve it. And the one person that, oh my God, I just want to reach to the TV and I want to slap him
Yep, I know who you're gonna say.
is freaking Nick Wrong. I really do. Like, if you watch First Things First today, okay, they did a segment on the Broncos, they did a segment on the Patriots. He is just like glowing and lighting up and just praising Drake May for I can't remember who the Patriots played yesterday. Muhammad, do you remember? I think they came back. They didn't come back from a big deficit like we did,
Mm-hmm.
but they came back from a deficit and they Drake May won. I can't remember who they were playing. But he's just like praising and praising, freaking Drake May. Bo Nix, he's like, Bo Nix, I still really don't trust him. He's not that great, I'm not worried about him. Blah 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 blah. It was a
Yeah, he's
defense. It
he's
was
very worried
a
about it.
collapse. I'm just like,
He's terrified.
uh, and the first thing that came to my mind is like what I said earlier, Muhammad, is if that were Patrick Mahomes that did what Bo Nix did yesterday, he would be on TV gloating and gloating and gloating. Talk about how Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the history of the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is the best, athlete in the history of sports. He would go on and on and on. And even Drake May, yeah, he's in our conference, but he's not in the division with the Chiefs. He was freaking praising him. But no, Bo Nix and the Broncos offense makes history in the fourth quarter, and it's just no, Bo Nix, no, it was just a Giants collapse. Bo Nix didn't do anything special. I want to strangle that guy like Homer strangles Bart, dude. I see. Ooh. He is so terrified. And if you listen to him talk about the Broncos and Bo Nix, he's petrified of them. Like I said this earlier in the offseason, Muhammad, and you'll remember this. What was the one thing I said about Nick Wright? When he talks up your team, when he talks good about your team, regardless if you're in the NFC, AFC, regardless if you're in our division or not, if he talks highly of your team, he does not see them as a threat.
Nope.
He does not see them as a threat to the Chiefs to take the division or beat the Chiefs in the playoffs when it comes time. But if he bashes your team, oh my, the Broncos, this or the whoever, whatever, he truly doesn't see them as a threat
Mm-hmm.
in his eyes. Well, I shouldn't say that. He says he doesn't see them as they're not they're bad. I don't see them as a threat. When he says stuff like that, he's terrified of them.
Exactly the opposite. Yeah.
Like he was talking about the Raiders in the off season before the season started, saying the Raiders were going to be better than us, that the Raiders were going to make the playoffs. Let's check in on the Raiders, shall we? What are they right now, Muhammad? 2-5. Just got absolutely decimated by the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're terrible.
he thinks that team's going to the playoffs and the Broncos have no shot. Let's check the rankings. Broncos first place in the AFC West, Chargers second, Chiefs third, and where's the oh yeah, last place.
Fourth. Yeah.
Oh, where's the Broncos in the conference standings? Third seed in the
Third.
AFC West.
Third
Where's
seed.
the Chiefs in that? They're the eighth seed. They're not even in the playoff picture.
Nope.
He is petrified of the freaking Broncos because he was even gassing up the Chargers before the season started, talking about Justin Herbert this, Jim Harbaugh that. Dude, he knew they were going to charge her. Everybody knows the Chargers are going to charge her. That's just what they do. They're not a good franchise. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Jim Harbaugh is not that. He's a good coach. He's not an elite coach. I am not scared of Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, I understand they beat us last year and this year, whatever. But again, they didn't beat us this year. We beat ourselves. And they got lucky, honestly. And now look at them. They're freaking falling apart. Like, they've dropped, I think, 3 games in a row, the Chargers have. What's the Broncos done? Oh, nothing. They've won 4 games in a row. Beat the Bengals on Monday night, beat the Eagles in Philadelphia, beat the Jets in London, then beat the Giants at home. We're on a 4-game win streak. The Chargers are on like a 3-game losing streak. I can't. Nick Wright's an idiot. He doesn't deserve to have his job. He really doesn't. The guy literally knows nothing about football. And he is and even if that wasn't enough to get him fired, the one thing that should get this guy fired is the fact that he is too damn biased.
Yeah. You don't see that, Eddie.
When you're a journalist, I don't care what your favorite team is. When you're a journalist, you're supposed to be professional. I'm not saying you always have to be right because no one's always right, but you're supposed to be professional and lead by example.
Neutral,
And
yeah.
your facts over your feelings. And Nick Wright does not do that. He doesn't. So the guy should lose his job. Like, I really don't care at that point. But we got a few more comments and then we're gonna dip out tonight, guys. I've had an idea for having an extra up in the booth or in a product work truck reviewing all plays, communicating with the reps down the field. I've had the okay, yeah. I've had the idea for about a year, ever since I saw it in the UFL, because I love watching UFL. I'm a big Battlehawks fan because I'm from St. Louis. But I love that about the UFL. I really do. I love the fact that whenever there's a flag thrown by the refs, there's a guy up in the booth that says, "Hey, nope, that's not a penalty. Pick up the flag." Or, "Yeah, that's a penalty. Go ahead and call it." I love that because you will always get the correct call because that guy up in the booth, like the refs, I understand their job's a little hard. They have to, like I said, it's a bang bang play. They have to go with what they see. But with that replay, stuff for the penalties, the guy can actually, have it on the screen. He can watch a replay. He can slow it down and look at everything to make sure it's an actual penalty. And that's a more accurate way to determine penalties. That way you ain't got, penalties out there like, where it literally destroys the integrity of the game. Mm-hmm. And you're screwing over other teams that literally didn't do anything because the refs are like, "Hey, nope, that's what we call. We don't care."
And Eddie, that will cut the challenges. Then you don't really have to challenge anything because it's done, and lose your time out. So
and you won't have to dictate. The refs won't be able to dictate the outcome of games because we can actually get the correct call from the booth down on the field, to where we ain't got to worry about fans being like, "What the hell was that? What the hell, refs? That wasn't that." And then you watch after they, because typically in the NFL you'll see a play, the flag will get thrown, and then they're like, holding on the offense or, PI or, personal foul. They'll already call it. The penalty already be done. And then you see the replay right after that. And it's like, dude, that was not a penalty. Or, yeah, that was a penalty. With that review, like the UFL has, they can get the correct call in. And it will not piss people off as much.
Nope.
And people will be a lot happier. So they need to implement that in the NFL ASAP. Anyway, Dana Jones has another one. Says, "I've had that idea for a while now." Yeah, he said, "I've had it for about a year, ever since I seen it in the UFL. It just makes more sense to do it that way. To be honest,
they got to do something, Eddie. Seriously, it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, Every freaking play you see now, there's a flag, and I don't know if it's just, but this year there's been a lot of flags this year. If you watch the games, at least every other play there's a flag on the field, and it's ridiculous. Like you're literally stopping the game, you're slowing down the game, you're taking integrity away from the game. We can't even enjoy it. Like whenever you see a good play, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna see freaking yellow flag across the screen. You're like, what the hell? Um, but the NFL is too scared to do that because they are afraid that they will be taking the human element out of the game. It's ridiculous. It's not. No, it's called getting the correct call.
Mhm.
Like I understand the refs; they're only human. I mean, okay, they're gonna miss calls, but again, there's certain calls, like I said, that do dictate the outcome of games. Preferably, they come at the end of a game. And even the freaking like so many players, so many coaches, so many fans, so many freaking people say, you don't throw a flag in that situation unless it's actually an egregious penalty where you honestly you don't have to look at replay assist. You see the play and you're like, oh no, that was like he literally grabbed his face mask or he literally drugged the receiver down. Like unless it's egregious, you don't throw a flag on one of those kind of plays. You don't do that. I don't care about the human element of the game anymore. I mean, they're literally trying to make this freaking flag football as it is. You can't even touch a goddamn quarterback anymore without getting flagged 15 yards. So there's your human freaking element in the game. Um, but thank you for your comment, Dana Jones. We really appreciate it. Got another one here from Dana Jones. He says the Chiefs have taken advantage of a depleted Lions secondary, a Raiders, and the Raiders are the Raiders. No one should be scared of the Chiefs. Yeah, I agree. Like they'll be like, well, we got two quality wins over the Ravens and the Lions. Okay, the Lions, their secondary was completely decimated by injuries. The Raiders literally had no freaking defense. Their defense is absolute ass. There's a reason why they're 1-5. And Lamar either it depends on what you believe, whether if Lamar actually got hurt in that Kansas City game or he quit. I personally think, you know, that inside, I think Lamar Jackson just quit on the Ravens. I'm not saying he didn't get hurt. Maybe he did, but
Mhm.
I think he's to the point where he's like, I just don't care anymore. Like this team is not serious about winning. But yeah, like they lost to the Chargers, who are chargering the season away now. Um, they lost to the Jags on. They lost to the Jags where Trevor Lawrence literally fell on the game-winning touchdown. Like they couldn't even beat them. Chris Jones gave up on that play. And my personal favorite, which I like to remind Chief fans of all the time, they want to sit here and talk smack like, yeah, you're in first now, Broncos, but you won't be. We can beat teams. We can actually beat good teams with good
Mhm.
defenses, okay? We took down the Eagles this year in their house, came back and beat them. Something you dumbasses couldn't do
Mhm.
in the Super Bowl or in the regular season. Um, let's see what else was there. We beat the Giants, who have a really good defense. We beat the Jets, who have a really good defense. Like all the teams you beat, their defenses were despicable. Like I said, you beat the who they beat the Raiders, who have a trash team all around. You beat the Lions, who have a depleted freaking defense. You beat the Ravens, who have no defense. And who was the other team they beat? I can't remember. I think it was the Giants. I'll give them that one. They got a victory over a decent defense, but again, and whenever I see decent defense for the Giants, I mean their pass rush is good. Their secondary is bad. Like I said, their defense is ranked like I think 26th in the run or stopping the run. And I think they're like bottom in the league at stopping the pass. So I don't know, man. Like if you want to take the Giants out of it, take the Giants out of it. The Broncos still beat the Eagles defense, and we still beat who was the other defense? The Jets defense. The Jets might be a bad football team, but their defense is top notch. Like if you look at their numbers, they're actually a good defense.
I mean,
So
Eddie, we could settle this one. We play the Chiefs. That's it.
yeah, and I can't wait, dude. I am so eager for that game because I know we're gonna kill them. I am not scared of the Chiefs at all. Not even in the back of my mind. I am literally not terrified of them. I want to play them. I wish we were playing them this week. I want to kill them and just get it over with and just show the world what frauds they are.
Mhm.
So, um, got one here from Sammy Boy Smith. Raiders will be gone for a decade. Or wait, what? Raiders will be gone for a decade at
Yes.
least.
I'd like that. I'd like that.
Oh god, that's so dude. I've been watching Raider podcasts all day today because like whenever like the Raiders lose, the Jets lose, I love watching their the podcasters for those teams go ham, dude. They want to bench Geno Smith. They want to start Kenny Pickett. The fans do. They don't want Geno Smith anymore. They're like he is fucking garbage. They'd
Yeah.
rather start Tiny Hands Kenny Pickett at this point. I actually heard a couple of Raider fans say they wanted to start AOC again. They'd
Mhm.
rather have Aiden O'Connell out there than Geno Smith. And I'm like, damn, that your quarterback you brought in this offseason, traded for, paid $75 million to. Fans are like, get his ass off the field. And coming up to the next comment here, we got another one here from Dana Jones. Just imagine if Derek Carr hasn't broken his leg. Raider fans were talking about wanting to get Derek Carr back, which honestly, it's probably the smartest thing I've ever heard them say.
I have
But
a good quarterback for them, Eddie.
who?
Russell
Tom
Wilson.
Brady. Tom Brady comes out as partial owner to play quarterback for the Raiders.
No, Russell Wilson. Let's do a reunion with Pete Carroll. That'd be cool. We could laugh.
Dude, oh my god, no. I mean, yes, but no.
That'd be too funny.
Dude, we would kill him.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Like we would literally probably we would hit
Probably
him so much.
It'd be like 10 sacks. Easy.
We would hit him so much he would have to retire because his body would be like, dude, fucking quit.
Yeah, that defense would be coming for him.
That Raiders offensive line is terrible. Like, I believe we're better than the Chiefs. I really do. I believe the Broncos are better than the Chiefs. I know this is going to spark some problems with people, but this season, at least this season, Bo Nix is playing better than Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, I haven't seen Patrick Mahomes ever do something like Bo Nix did yesterday, which is freaking score 33 points in one quarter to win a game, went down by 18 points. No one's ever done that, including Patrick Mahomes, in 20 years. So I think if Sean Payton gets this offense right and actually calls a good game for once with our defense, dude, we're going to freaking kill the Raiders. I wouldn't be surprised if that game's like 51-0.
Yeah.
We're going to kill them. So, but that's it for us tonight, guys. We appreciate all your guys' comments. We will try to be back next week after the Cowboys game. I just don't know if it's going to happen because I am moving next Friday. As you can see, all my stuff on the walls down. I already got everything packed up. So, but we should be able to get a show in. I'm going to try my hardest. I just don't know if I'm going to have my laptop packed up at that moment, but it'll probably be if not this weekend, it'll be the weekend after we play the Texans. I'll be back because I'll be in my new apartment and have everything set up by then, hopefully. But appreciate you guys, all your comments. If you guys could please again like, comment, subscribe on this video. Like I said, send this to your friends, family. I want to build this page so we can freaking really start debunking all of Nick Wright's stupid freaking, and national media in general. I want to start debunking all their dumbass shit.
Yeah.
These people really, really tick me off with their bias towards the Broncos, especially Nick Wright. So like, comment, subscribe on this video, share it with your friends, your family, anybody who's a football fan. Also hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. Oh crap, we got a couple more comments in here before we get out of here, Mohammed. Another one from Dan Jones. The Raiders haven't won the AFC West since 2002. 2 playoff appearances in 24 years. Yeah, they become this generation's ants. What? I'm confused. Maybe I'm just old and I only. Wait. He posted ain'ts, the new generation.
Oh, ain'ts.
Okay. Hey, Tom Brady, thank you, man. We really appreciate it. You freaking screwed the Raiders over in the 2000s, and now you're really screwing them over being partial owners.
I'm loving it. I cannot stand the Raiders. Good.
Hey, Raider fans, come join our channel too, man.
Exactly.
We might make fun of you sometimes, but we're gonna make fun of the Chiefs too. I really honestly hate the Chiefs more than anything. So, but that's it for us tonight, guys. Again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. And we will hopefully see you guys next week. If not, then the following week. Mohammed, it's been great talking to you, man. Can't wait for next weekend.
Yeah, me too, Eddie. Let's beat the Cowboys.
All right, let's beat the Cowboys. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.